Good morning, this is Clay Trader at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades live as they unfold. Market opens up here in about a minute. Already actually have a couple fishing orders out here, which you can see over here on the screen. So we'll see if I can get any of those filled out of the opening gates. AAPL, PCRX. So let's see what happens. All right, looking to try to pick up some shares here at 50-50 on PCRX. We'll see if I can get up there. Gonna get this alerted in the chat room here. So again, 50-50 is the entry point here, original one. So we'll see if it can get up there or not. I will go ahead. Well, it's getting pretty close. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it, and I'll do my best to capture the entry. But other stuff out there moving, so I'm gonna try to keep looking around. Okay, got short here. Original. Entry at 23.85. Would like more, but if it wants to give me a quick 10 cents, then I will take that. And with 1,000 shares, that 10 cents would equate to $100. I do have an order in to build next at 24.15, so we'll see if it can get up there or not. But I'm liking this setup here, so we'll see what happens with it. So I will go ahead and pause it, and if it looks like I'm going to be able to potentially get out or add more to the position, then I will let you know. Okay, got through 24. Let's see if I can get my 24.15s. See if it can work its way up there or not. Gonna do 24.25 for another 1,000. I'm debating if I want to do some 24.05s, and I am gonna try that. So let's see if I can get some of those 24.05s. Okay, I got those. So my average now is 23.90. So scattering out a couple buy orders here. Again, just not even a $25 stock. So 2,000 shares is a pretty small position. Let's see if I can get my 24.15s. Excellent, got those. So scattering out a couple more buy orders here. Again, only 3,000 shares. This thing's getting quite overextended now at this point in time. Average is 24.01. So let's see if we can get that breakdown through the 24 round number here. Kind of just chopping around here a little bit. Okay, looking like there's the break there. Got out my 95s. Let's see if I can get out my 90s, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and take those. So now I have 1,000 left. So what I'm going to do is follow that down with a stop loss. So as this moves down, I will move down my stop. So at this point, it's not a question of if I make money, it's how much money am I going to make. So let's see how much this thing wants to roll over for me. And looking like I might get stopped out of these last ones up here. It's putting up more of a fight than I wanted to see, but I'm not going to give up on it quite yet. Again, not a question of if I make money, just how much money am I going to make? Because if this thing ultimately decides to roll over, then the sky's the limit. So there we go. I'll move my stop loss down to there. So let's see how much this, all right, and I am out there at 23.92. Again, just to reiterate, had this thing just totally collapsed for me, those 1,000 shares would become much more valuable, but still, when all the dust had settled, $307. So let's see what else is out there. To be honest, I think I caught all that last trade, but looking up at the timer, I don't know if I thought I hit record and it wasn't recording. So in the event, I did not capture the entire HRB trade. I apologize. I'm still in the heat of battle right now, so I don't know. Maybe I did catch it. So in that event, I guess just disregard this. But if I did happen to not catch that because I thought I hit play and it never played, I apologize. But I'm pretty confident I got it. If not, I'm sorry. But let's have an order, a couple order fishing orders out there. BLCM and then Momo here, which I'm watching right now at this point in time. So we'll see if I can get any nibbles. All right, I got filled here on URBN. Sorry I missed the entry. I had a fishing order out there, and then all of a sudden I was in, but looking like I'm going to be able to build a bigger position here. So let me get another order out there. You can see here quite a big bounce. We'll see what happens here with it, but I have my order down at 24.10. I feel like I'm getting a little greedy though, if I'm being honest. I'm going to leave it down there. But yes, I do feel like I'm getting a tad bit greedy here. Let's see what happens with it. Yep, I was greedy, so I'm going to put that at 15. And I'll just take the $50 if it wants to give it to me. There we go. And there's 10. All right, anyways, doesn't matter. I don't care. I felt greed. I just needed to change that order. Sure, hindsight, I would have gotten it, maybe more, but you know, when you feel greed and when you can identify it, you got to get rid of it. But yeah, you saw me struggle with it. I identified it as greed, and yet I still let it sit there. So tricky little bugger greed is, but I'm still interested in that one if it wants to keep on moving. So I'm actually going to put out another order here. This one moved very, very quick. That's why, like I said, I didn't catch it on video, but I put it on. I was like, I highly doubt I get that entry point. And then all of a sudden it turned green because this big old candle here formed. So we'll see if that can happen again. So I'm going to leave that fishing order out there at 24.18. But if I don't get filled, oh well. All right, looking to get filled here at 32.65. It broke 32.50. Was hoping to shoot up there a little bit quicker, but I'm not going to abandon the plan quite yet. All right, never mind. I will pause it. I'll let you know. And there it goes, pulling back. So a little too conservative, aggressive, I guess, however you want to look at that with my entry point. So gonna go ahead and cancel those orders. Didn't work out. Let's move on. As it stands right now, I currently have 3 fishing orders out there on Momo, Trip, and PBYI. Whether or not I get any of those filled, I don't know. I am getting a little more conservative. It's now 35 minutes into the day, up $350. And I'm very happy with, that worth of 30 minutes worth of work. Would still like to try to, get some more, but getting a little more conservative now, just, in the spirit of protecting the solid gains that I've already accomplished. And I'd like to try to capture one more trade for the sake of this video. So let's see if I can get that done or not. 45 minutes now into the day here, and things seem to have really slowed down, but still in, a good time frame of trading. So gonna see if something pops up here, but I am feeling the urge to force a trade for the sake of the video because I would like to get one more trade, but at least I've learned to identify the voice of just force a trade for the video, one more. So I still need to apply my rules and follow the system, but I'm definitely searching, so we'll see what happens. Well, right now I'm just watching the one that I alerted to the chat room, and I didn't get any. Now I'm just watching the balloon float away. AUXO here, but you can see in the chat room, for those of you that wonder, hey, how does your chat room work? Right here, I alerted the volume, and the key number there is that this was alerted at 10:15 a.m. there. So if you now go and look at where the chart was at 10:15 a.m., Let's see. 10:15 a.m. was during this period right here. So basically right around the 440, 450, give or take, is when it was alerted. And now you can see it's already $1 later in just a few minutes. So that's why I'm super rich in my hindsight account. Wish, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but a nice mover here. So I'm kind of just mesmerized by this one, watching it go. No shares to short on it, so I can't really make a move. And there's no way I'm buying now. I'm not going to chase this thing. But I still am definitely on the active search. All right, looking to get 1,000 shares here at 33.15. Just broke 15, or excuse me, just broke 33. And it got up as high as 33.12. So I'm willing to give it a little bit more time to get up there. If it drops back below 33, then I'm no longer interested in this entry point. We'll see if it wants to get up there or not. All right, I'm going to pause it as now we're on 11 minutes already. Holy smokes, this is going to be a long one. Real quick, while we're waiting to see if I get filled or not, one of the big questions I get is, hey Clay, how are you finding these stocks that you're trading? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I'm using to locate these stocks that you saw me trade today. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then go ahead and click right there and I'll email you the guide. Totally free, so the risk versus reward is solid. Like I said, very short, so your biggest risk is just wasting a few moments of your time to read through it. But the upside reward, I think, is if it really helps you out, then I think that's worth taking a few moments to read through it. So again, all you got to do is click right there and I will email it to you. And now it's back below 33, so that pretty much just summarizes the remainder of my morning. But it's been, volume has kind of dried up and I really want to capture one more trade. I don't know why it's now over an hour into the day, and usually I just would end the video, but I don't know. I want to try to capture one more, so let's see if I can do that or not. Well, I'm just going to wrap things up. I can't find anything, and I've almost entered in a few orders, and I'm like, what are you doing right now, Clay? I realize you really want this last trade for whatever reason, but you're totally forcing this trade. So I'm just going to end it, get this video out of the way, and that way that'll eliminate the voice in the head of, just do one more for the video, one more for the video. So caught a couple good trades. Again, I apologize if I didn't catch HRB in its entirety. But yeah, now let's see, a little over an hour into the day, $357. So happy with the morning. Still a lot of day left to trade, although I do have other things I probably should be doing. But yeah, thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video and want me to keep making these, easiest way you can communicate that to me is just click that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you leave a comment, I do read and reply to those. Also, if you're interested in trading alongside me and other traders in the chat room, which I showed a little bit earlier, then all you have to do is go to claytrader.com and sign up for the inner circle. Only $99 for 12 months of membership. And I think I'm always saying, and I'm quite confident that over the time span of 12 months, you can get at least $99 worth of value. If you want to learn how to trade with charts and such, then again, you can go to claytrader.com, offer many training courses on that. So as always, to you viewers, thank you very much. I'll see you back next week.